My name's Aaron Kyro. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area, and today I'm going to teach you how to do the frontside 180. Welcome to boot camp week number 5. I am so excited. We are halfway there. We are through 5 of the 10 weeks of the boot camp, and it's really, really awesome to have each and every single one of you guys following along with this series and learning how to skate. Whether you're an absolute beginner for the very first time or whether you're picking up skateboarding again, I hope you're out there having a blast and getting to shredding. Okay, so the frontside 180. Now that in the last week we covered the ollie, you're gonna have an easier time with this because you mastered your ollie and all of the different variations. If you are still working on the ollie and the ollie up a curb, ollie down a curb, don't worry, keep going on those every single day. Just as I've been reiterating in the videos, start out every day practicing with riding, do some of the pre-basic tricks, the easier than ollie tricks, do a shove it, do an ollie, and then after you're really good on those, then you're ready to move on to the frontside 180. And if you go out skating and you did all of those earlier steps, but you didn't land the frontside 180, that's okay. Because every time you go out and skate and practice the frontside 180 or whatever trick is next, as long as you're doing all of those earlier steps, I promise you, you're going to get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. Whereas if you go out and skate and you go, well, I did ollie last week, I'm just going to try 180 this week, that's gonna be hard. So do those earlier steps. We are building it up, rock bottom, solid base. You're gonna walk up the stairs to all the skateboard tricks, and I hope this list is helping you out in the Braille skateboarding app. Okay, so you have your front foot here on the board and your tail, your back foot is on the tail, just like that. That is the foot position. The foot position for the frontside 180 is very similar to the ollie because in actual fact, what you're doing is you're doing an ollie and then turning a frontside 180. So the only real difference there is that it's in your head and shoulders turning, and then you pop up, and then as you pop up, your head and shoulders are turning, and then your legs will follow that motion around. So it's very, very important to understand the theory behind your head, shoulders, arms, those turn, and then that allows your legs to turn. If you're not fully turning your head and shoulders, your legs are gonna have a hard time getting around, and that frontside 180 can be really difficult for you. So that is what it is. So we're gonna go into the practice steps of the frontside 180 right now. Very similar to the ollie practice step. You're going to pop your tail on the ground, and you're going to drag your front foot up. And as you drag your front foot up, you're going to turn your head and shoulders. So we're doing the same practice step as the ollie, except for we're adding in that turn. And one thing that I've been using to explain to beginners recently when I'm teaching any kind of frontside 180 or any kind of motion with the head shoulders is think of it like a baseball bat. You're standing there, you pull back on that bat, and then you swing it forward. So with the frontside 180, let's say I'm right foot forward, which I am, and then you're going the frontside 180 that way. So I can even give a little swing and then pop and then ollie, and then my head and shoulders are turning. So in this practice step, you're just adding in pop, drag, well, you're not even really popping, you just stand on the tail, drag and turn, and get that motion in, and get that motion down as well as you can, and feel comfortable with that motion. That's really the only difference between jumping from the ollie from last week, week number 4 to week number 5, the frontside 180. Now you're gonna get straight into pop, drag it up, and take it all the way around. So now you're gonna fully pop an ollie, and your head and shoulders are already turning, and then your board is going to follow. Another thing that I've noticed from studying so many different slow motion shots of the frontside 180 is you pop it, you drag your front foot up, and then your back foot sort of like hangs out around that back edge, and it's sort of carrying it around. But again, the key component and the main thing that I will see if anybody is having a struggle with this, I guarantee you, I can almost guarantee you, it's going to either be that your ollie is not good enough, you have not mastered the ollie, so you need to go back to that earlier step and work on that more before coming forward to the frontside 180, or you're not turning your head and shoulders sufficiently. So make sure that's a very key, important component part. So wind up, turn your head and shoulders, pop a good ollie, and then watch your legs come around and then land, going fakie or switch, you're landing switch on the other way around, and that's gonna be very good. So you can practice just riding switch. That can be very comfortable for you, just standing there and just give it a little ride, and then just ride it in the other direction, and ride it in this direction, ride it in that direction. That can help you as well, because when you pop the 180, you are gonna have to ride away what's called switch, which means, basically means that you did a 180, right? So if my comfortable direction riding the board is right foot forward, and then I'm landing left foot forward, that's the sort of the uncomfortable way to ride. And in skateboarding, we call that switch. So you're gonna ride away in that direction. So now you make sure that you have all of those pieces practiced. You practiced turning the head and shoulders, you practice popping the ollie, and now it's all timing. Just put it together. So when you're very first starting out on this, it might be hard to get the full 180. So you can even do a pop and then do a little 90, just pop it up and go that far, and then a little further, then a little further. The other thing that I think is very key to understand is your front truck will always be the pivot truck. So you can also sort of cheat this. You can sort of pop an ollie, land on the front truck, and then sort of cheat it around, right? But I don't really want to teach you necessarily the cheater method, but if you do land 90, just know that you can land on that front truck and pivot, and you're still rolling away, and that still is a 180. It's a good practice step to the 180, to getting the full pop, lift it up in the air, and then turn it around, and then land. I think what's really helpful on this trick is to think of it as though it is just a straight ollie while your shoulders turn, and then once your shoulders are turned, it can be sort of at the peak of your ollie, or even a little earlier, then your feet turn around and do a 180. Boom. So ollie, then 180 is a way to think about it, which I personally think does help you land, and that will be a good way that you guys can really get this down. So just pop it up, turn that head and shoulders, then the feet come around, boom, and you land it like a boss. I hope that helps. I hope you guys are having an absolute blast. This is week number 5 of the boot camp. I hope you're out there sweating, working. I mean, this could be like a full-blown like workout series, let alone just learn how to skate series. And I would love to know in the comments below if there's any beginners that have been following this series along the whole time. Please share your clips. Get on the Braille skateboarding app, post your clips, share your progression, and then tell your friends, hey, I'm learning how to skateboard. It's completely changing my life. If any of you need more help, more direction, or personal help, or you're running into something that you go, I do not know what to do with my left foot. It keeps flying off in this direction. Join Braille Army Plus. You can direct message me on the Discord server, and you can get direct help from the skate coach, and we will help you through it. That's what the whole point of Braille skateboarding is. It's getting more brand new skaters started on a skateboard and rolling. So get aboard, get out there, get shredding. You're in week number 5. You get the frontside 180, and keep in mind, these are a gradient scale of steps, so make sure you're practicing every time you go out, all of those earlier ones, and then just build one step onto it. Every single Tuesday at 10 a.m., we will have a new episode of the boot camp until we finished all 10 weeks. So I hope you guys are having an absolute blast enjoying this series, and I hope that this gets a lot of new people on a skateboard. You can help by sharing this series with your friends and telling them, get started riding a skateboard. It's an absolute blast. Hope you enjoyed this video. Check out all those videos right there. Subscribe, like, leave a comment below, and you, yes you, learn to ride a skateboard. We got everything you need at brailleskateboarding.com.